G'day and welcome back to Semen Retention. And for all you on your semen retention journey, keep going, keep holding on. If you're just starting your journey, you're going to be amazed with all the benefits that are going to come your way. And if you're still on your journey and maybe struggling here and there, it's all right. I'm sending good vibes out your way. And today, that is what we're talking about. Is that we're talking about spreading the awareness, spreading our gift, and I guess you could say, in relation to semen retention, spreading our seed. Like literally, we're planting seeds into the cosmos with this kind of knowledge as retainers, passing on our knowledge, our legacy, our vibrations, our thoughts, our feelings, our power, our electricity, our aura, our voice to new upcoming retainers, new generations. Maybe they're not even younger than us, maybe they're older than us, but it's new souls are going to be attaining this new information, and I think that's really important. So I wanted to start off today with a bit of a story, just something that's happened recently. On Sunday, I was just going for a bike ride, and then I saw a guy, an elderly man, watering his garden out the front. Kind of just thought I'd stop by and have a little chat, because it's one of those things. I wasn't riding my bike, I was actually walking, and I walked up to him and just said, "Oh, so what are you growing over here?" And we talked about gardening and stuff, because I'm into gardening. Showed me all these things. I said, "Oh, you see growing pumpkin," and then I noticed he hadn't had any pumpkins there, and then I was like to him, "Oh, yeah, I've managed to grow some pumpkins with my ones. I'll bring you over some seeds." Okay, catch on to that. I'm bringing him over some seeds, yeah? So I go and, go back home, think in my head, I'm like, yeah, I should probably do that. Like, he's an elderly man, probably doesn't get a lot of people visiting him, probably doesn't have the energy to go out and socialize all the time. So, yeah, I think it's important for us as retainers, as young people as well, to protect and to serve our elders as well, and respect people that have lived in a long life and may not necessarily have people there looking out for them anymore. Sometimes people just don't end up with kids for multitudes of reasons. Maybe they were in a bad relationship. Maybe their love of their life died. Maybe they just, they just went through too much trauma, or maybe they were just like, I don't think kids, work for me. So I think it's important as a human species, we as retainers, especially as strong-willed, focused men, leaders of the new world, we will be helping those elderly. We'll be helping people disadvantaged. We'll be doing the right things to spread our knowledge and our seed once again to different people. So what did I do? Today, a couple of days later, got some seeds, put them in a little tissue, wrapped a rubber band around them, and then I rode to his house, knocked on the door. This is the morning time. It's morning here in Melbourne, Australia. And I just gave him the seeds, and he, oh, thank you. And then we had a quick chat. He said he'd probably give me some of his seedlings if I want. But, that's what, for me, I think is a literal physical metaphor for spreading the seeds. Like, I literally spread the seeds to him because I'm doing good things. But as a long streak retainer, you start to feel a bit of a responsibility to your community and people that actually live within your life. I think there's one thing that I realized is I was donating some money to an organization called World Vision in Australia. And World Vision is a charity organization that helps with communities in Africa and poverty and different countries and all that kind of stuff. The other day, I was actually talking to an African girl, a girl that had grown up in Ghana for 15 years, and she told me that a lot of those charities are, yeah, they're not really legitimate. So I've been donating like close to $50 a month. So I guess the moral of this story is that if you want to make a change within your community, make a change within people that you can actually have face-to-face conversations with, and don't make a change with middle parties, because middle parties and middlemen, middle management, bureaucracy, all that kind of stuff. I wrote this World Vision kid a birthday card because his birthday is coming up. So I wrote his birthday card, and then there's a second section where it's going to be translated into his language. And I'm just thinking, what are the chances they don't translate some of the things? Some of these are truth bombs, And I'm not talking about like conspiracy theories kind of thing. I'm talking about being a high vibrational individual, following your intuition, your instincts, being in touch with all these universal powers and stuff like that, maintaining that inner light. And because World Vision is a Christian organization, it is potentially going to suppress, in my opinion, suppress the information that I'm trying to convey, because it doesn't align with Christian, it doesn't align with some Christian laws and, texts and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's why I don't really think donating money and doing all that kind of stuff really matters anymore, because I'm just sending money to a bank account and I don't really get anything back. Like, I don't get any information from this kid. I don't really know anything what's been going on. I'm just told via a newsletter or an email, congratulations, you're doing so much. You're an awesome human being. It's like, yeah, cool. I'm reading that on an LCD screen, or I'm reading that on a piece of paper. I feel really, really good about myself. No, I don't. So what I actually did when I spread these pumpkin seeds, which I also gave some pumpkin seeds to my other neighbors around where I live, because again, it's just that sharing, that giving kind of energy that when you're raising your energy, you replenish yourself, and then, as they'd say, my cuppeth filleth over. I don't even know if that's right, but my cup filleth over, whatever it is, meaning that I'm pouring out all this energy now. I've got a lot more to give, because I've already replenished myself. Now I can give back to everyone else. And what I've realized is it's much better to just do these in person, in reality, in the real world kind of things, than sending money or doing things on social media. It doesn't make a big difference. It doesn't really at all. We're just where we get like maybe a short-term gratification, because every time I see that money come out of my bank account going towards the World Vision, I don't sit there and think, oh yeah, wow, I'm making a huge difference. I'm just like, oh, that's just like the electricity bill I'm paying, or that's just like that internet bill that I'm paying. It doesn't feel like I'm making a difference. So yeah, that's pretty much my ideas on spreading that seed. And it doesn't need to be actual like physical things. Like, you don't need to go out there and help someone rebuild their house. You don't need to help someone change their tire of their car. You don't need to donate someone your old guitar or whatever it is. It can be literally information and insight that is the spreading of the seed, And for me lately, as I said in that previous video, I'm really trying to push spreading semen retention onto people within my life, my real life, and put it out there as public information that should be celebrated for the celebrated. And I think that is, in a sense, going to be the best way for us to move forward collectively as a whole collective of conscious souls experiencing our divided lives as men and females, etc., all that kind of jazz, it's going to be best for us to move forward and, you know, create new paradigms, new systems put in place that are healthier and more fulfilling spiritually for everyone involved. If we don't share this information, then we're basically just suppressing information for people that actually need it. And, you know, I saw one guy saying on YouTube, a YouTube content creator who's on clown retention. So that guy's on clown retention, which means that he talks about semen retention, but he actually relapses and you know, tries to put it out there like that he's like, you know, what's the point in semen retention? You know, we don't really need to do it. Or, you know, he's just not being really honest. There's nothing wrong with relapsing, but the issue is that when you're going to relapse and then you put things out there like, oh, you know, there's too many semen retention videos on YouTube, was one of his videos. He's like, there's too many semen retention videos on YouTube. How many more do we need? And I just thought, no, that's you missed the mark, buddy. The thing is that we need as many semen retention videos out there from as many different people, so that way we can have billions of perspectives of semen retention, and then that way when we move forward we get a whole encompassing understanding of how it works and what actually it is, and how we can collectively benefit from, you know, all the benefits of semen retention. So put it in an analogy like this: if you have a whole population that are crawling on the ground, and then you got a few people walking on, you know, just 2 feet, and then like, look guys, I walk on my 2 feet because it helps me elevate higher, my spine's straight, you know, I can jump, I can run, which means I can move faster, I can stretch wider, you know, and, you know, just being in this position rather than being crawling gives me a better lifestyle. And then let's say half of the people are kind of like, yeah, nah, I don't agree. And then the other half are like, maybe he's got a point. But then someone else stands up and makes a video and it's like, look guys, I'm standing up, I'm on my 2 feet, I'm also running. I've also got a, you know, I've got a better perspective of everything because I'm higher up, I'm looking around, I can see the world clearly now. You know, you catch what I'm saying? So, and then someone else makes a video saying the same thing, someone else makes a video, and then suddenly the people that are standing up and running instead of crawling on the ground are outnumbering the amount of people that are crawling on the ground. So this is an important and integral part of our evolution. Like, this is really like essential for us to transcending this three-dimensional kind of reality and living in these high dimensions such as the 5th, 6th, 7th dimensions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thought that was interesting. I'm going to finish this video with a little funny story, kind of a synchronicity thing. I like synchronicities, they're always very interesting, so I thought I'd pop this in here. So yesterday I went and enjoyed myself a bit of a cafe breakfast, which is good. And yeah, it was just like a Greek kind of, or Turkish, you know, kind of like platter kind of thing with some breads, like cream cheese, some salami, a sausage, and yeah, like some other things. I forget what it was, but it was nice. Just chilling. Then there was like this real estate agent and a dude having this, you know, real conversation about things, about sales and all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, okay, yep, must be just, you know, 9 a.m. on a Monday morning having a meeting talking about work at the cafe. It makes sense, okay? And then suddenly this man walks in, an elderly man, with a hat on, with a certain symbol, very iconic symbol. And basically what I realized is that this man was part of a fraternity, And then he was there with a couple of other gentlemen, and then some females came in, and all the females except for one of them were wearing sunglasses and kind of hiding their eyes. And I noticed, it's like very, very interesting. And then there was a man in his 40s that was with them, and I was like, that's interesting. And then I watched them shake their hands, and there was a certain grip on their hands as well. So it just confirmed everything that I thought it was. And then I was just chilling, and I was like, I'm just going to sit here and just see what happens. Because I hadn't finished my coffee. And then I noticed they started occupying more and more tables, and more of them were coming in. And I started moving tables around me, like taking a table away from me that was like right next to me, and just kind of like making it like, oh. And then they made a connection to the real estate agents on the table next to them. One of them knew them, and I was like, I think I may have accidentally stumbled into yesterday was Tuesday actually, it wasn't Monday. I reckon I accidentally stumbled into a fraternity meeting. And the interesting thing about it was that they were talking about Friday night. They were like, Friday night was really good. And what happened on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen? There was a full moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse. Maybe a potential ritual was involved. I know I perform my own, but at the end of the day, I don't put my hand on a book and sign or say an oath. So I thought I'd just leave you with that very interesting story. We're going to keep going with that and see where it leads. I don't know, maybe I'll bump into them again, but I know what they all look like now, and I know that they go to that cafe. So I'm going to continue to investigate what these free men and women are doing. All right, catch you later. See you later.